Oh yeah, things are not good right now, but there is still hope for the Boston Red Sox. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Sea Radio. My name is Corbett. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. Last night felt like rock bottom, didn't it? It was just disgusting. Pitiful, pathetic baseball from the Boston Red Sox. And that's kind of what it's been like over the last, 7, 8 games now for this Red Sox team. Pitiful, disgusting, pathetic baseball is the best way to describe it. It genuinely looks like the Monstars from Space Jam are duking it out against the Looney Tunes in a 7-game series down there and decided to take the Red Sox abilities. That's really what it feels like right now for this Red Sox team. It feels like the world is collapsing on the 2025 Boston Red Sox, and we're in April 14th, folks. We're not even a month into the season yet. If you're panicking about this Red Sox team, I don't blame you. Part of me is panicking about this Red Sox team too. It's not just because the Red Sox are losing games. It's because every single aspect of this team right now looks like truly literal dog water. So I sat there and I said, what are we doing? Right, the sky feels like it's falling. The Red Sox are just pitiful right now on the field. It's almost impossible to watch these games. What can we do? Well, I think there's still some things that stand out that make me still believe in this Red Sox team, that they're simply better than this, and that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video. I'm going to go through a list of reasons why the Red Sox are still a team to believe in, why we shouldn't give up hope just yet on this 2025 season. The first thing on my list is to put this season into perspective, because to be honest with you, I need some perspective too, right? With everything that's going on with the Red Sox, it feels like this team is destined to be terrible. However, let's bring this out into a broader scale. First and foremost, the Red Sox are 8-10 on the season. That's not good. Not good. I understand that. They're 4th place in this division. They aren't looking like a competent baseball team, but at the same point, let's look at where 8-10 puts them in this division, because it's only 2 games back of first place. It sounds crazy to say, but the Red Sox have one good week, the Yankees have one bad week, or even a mediocre week, and the Boston Red Sox are in first place in this division. It's as simple as that, and that's a good thing, right? The fact that the Red Sox are off to this poor of a start and still in this division, to me, gives me a little bit of hope, right? That things can turn around, and they can turn around very quickly. They got very lucky with the way that the rest of this division started this season. Had the Red Sox had this start and the Yankees or the Jays or whoever ended up with a really good start, they could potentially have been 7, 8 games back of first place, like they would be if they were in the NL West or anywhere else basically in Major League Baseball. However, that is not happening. There are still, 140 games-ish left to play, maybe 138, somewhere in that range, to make up 2 games in this division. That is plenty of time for this Red Sox team to get themselves put together. Even if they just float around 500 until the break and then end up exploding in the second half, they can maintain their place in this division. They can figure out a way to win it. And to me, that's really kind of the biggest thing here, right? If you're talking about reasons to believe in the Boston Red Sox, this is one of them. The Red Sox are simply just not out of this race just yet. They're not even close to out of this race just yet, and it's not even the end of the April, and the Boston Red Sox are still in this division. So there's your first piece, right? Despite everything, despite all the problems, the Red Sox are just 2 games out of first place in this division, and that at the bare minimum should give you a little bit of hope. And I know the answer to this is, yeah, they're 2 games out, but they're playing like a last place team. If they continue to play like this, that gap between first and last place is just going to continue to grow, and you're absolutely right. So let's talk about some reasons why this team should be playing better in the coming weeks, days, or months. Let's start with the rotation. Right now, it stinks. It stinks. Houck has completely lost it. He looks, people point back to last half of last season. He looks worse than that. He does not look good on the mound right now. Last night was so bad, it was historically bad. He was the first pitcher in Red Sox history to allow 12 runs in less than 3 innings. The rest of the rotation, Sean Newcomb, he's just not a major league starter. I like the guy. The story's cool. He's not a major league starter. He just isn't. Buehler hasn't been much better than Houck, although he showed real signs of life last time out. Hopefully he could continue to show signs of life tonight. We'll see if he could turn around quickly. This rotation looks a whole lot better. You had two guys performing in this rotation. You had Richard Fitz, who is currently on the IL, and you have Garrett Crochet. It's really been, since basically the first time through the rotation, okay, Crochet night, perfect, let's get a dub. And then it's, what the hell are we going to do? How are we going to win these baseball games, right? That's basically what it's been. So where's the hope, Corbin? How do you find belief in this rotation? Well, in my opinion, the belief in this rotation comes in the form of reinforcements. Brayan Bello is a week away from joining the Red Sox rotation. Lucas Giolito is about a half week behind him. You are very close to getting back two of your legitimate major league starters. I understand the statistics with Giolito. We'll talk about that in a second. I understand the statistics with Bello, but I also understand for the last 10 starts last season, when his family was able to come and be with him, according to Netflix documentaries here, Brayan Bello was a fantastic pitcher. He looked really good in his last 10 games. He's looked good in AAA. This is a guy who could come in here and help anchor this rotation. Giolito, at the bare minimum, is going to be a better major league pitcher than Sean Newcomb is. It's just a statistical fact. Even at Giolito's lowest point, there were still positives you could take away from it. I understand he has not pitched in a pretty long period of time, but he has to be better than Sean Newcomb, right? There is a legitimate chance here that by the end of the month, this rotation looks completely different. If the Red Sox can give Crochet some help, if Buehler can figure it out and show on a consistent level that he could do what he did in his last outing, if Bello can come back and be a number 3 in this rotation, if Giolito can come back and be a solid number 5 in this rotation, you finally give yourself some help with Garrett Crochet behind him, right? You finally get some reinforcements in this rotation. I think that's something to legitimately believe in. The hope, right? Where is the hope coming from? Guys coming back from the rotation should give you guys some hope. And by the end of the month, they could have righted their wrongs in this rotation. Now, we still need to see more out of Houck, right? You could come in here and Bello can be really good. Giolito can be fine. Buehler can figure it out. You can't have Houck doing what he's doing on the mound right now. This is a guy that you need to figure out, and you need to figure out as soon as humanly possible, even if it's just to get him back to a solid number 4 starter. If you could just do that, you're putting this rotation in a much better spot. The fixes are there, and they are coming. There is belief that this rotation could be better. Let's talk about the offense. The offense also maybe more miserable than the rotation, right? At least the rotation, 1 out of every 5 days, you're getting an ace caliber start. With this offense, you're getting nothing. They've scored 78 runs this season. 40% of those 78 runs came in 3 games against the St. Louis Cardinals. Outside of that, they've scored 47 times in 16 games. That is a 2.8 runs per game, towards the bottom of the league in Major League Baseball. So how do we find belief in this Red Sox offense? It's simple. This offense is simply too talented to stay this bad forever. And that sounds like a ridiculous statement to make given what they've done so far this season, but it's just simply the truth. You have a lineup right now of 4 All-Stars, 3 Silver Sluggers, 2 top 5 Rookie of the Year finishers in the last couple of years, and a top 10 prospect in Major League Baseball. We could sit here and we can debate whether or not these guys are still all-stars, but the talent is there. The talent is in this lineup every single day. And while guys have gotten off to cold starts, that does not mean that they're going to be cold forever. This offense eventually is going to hit again. It has to. It's just simply the laws of nature. And when they do, games are going to get a whole lot easier to win. Even if the rotation's given up 5-ish runs a game, this offense has the capability of scoring more. They simply do, and they simply have to be better. If you want some hope, some cope, whatever you want to call it statistically, the Red Sox right now as a team are still hitting the ball about 4.3% harder on average than your average run-of-the-mill baseball team. That's a good sign. Right now, they are still making hard contact. It's just simply either finding gloves or it's directly into the ground. Once those balls start finding holes, this offense is going to make some really loud noise. It's just a matter of time. Now, the bigger problem is the strikeouts, and to be genuinely honest with you, I have no idea how the Red Sox fix that. I really don't. My only belief here is that as the offense starts to get going a bit, as those baseballs start to find holes, as the Red Sox start to create havoc on the base pass once getting on base, those strikeout numbers will naturally come down. I don't think they'll ever be a below average or even an average strikeout team in Major League Baseball, but even just slightly less strikeouts will lead to more runs for this Red Sox team. And I think that just happens when guys start to get and feel better. Your 1 through 6, 7, 8 look fantastic. At some point here, this team has to pull it together. It's just simply the laws of nature. I cannot sit here and watch another terrible game with these guys. They are better than this, and they have to be. Defensively, putrid, gross, disgusting. Those are probably the 3 words I would use for it right now, right? I don't think there's any other way to put it. The Red Sox had 1 error last night. They should have had 12. They were lost for words as to how bad this Red Sox defense has been. And again, what's the belief here? How do you believe still in this Red Sox team? It's the same argument we had with this offense. They're just simply too talented to be this bad defensively the entire season. The outfield, you have Jarren Duran, who last season was one of the better defensive outfielders in the entire sport. Ceddanne Rafaela, who was making history for rookies and defensive runs saved and outs above average last season in center field. Willie Abreu, he won a Gold Glove, right? You go around the infield. Bregman's a Gold Glove winner. He's currently leading baseball in errors. You've got Trevor Story, a Gold Glove winner, one of the biggest baseball savant nerd pages of all time when it comes to his defensive metrics. Kristian Campbell is more athletic than what he's showing at the dish. Casas, he needs to be better. Right, you look at this defense and you say, how in the world is this team this bad defensively? And it's a great question. I think a lot of it has to do with their mentality right now. You go up to the dish day in and day out and you're striking out again, and you're hitting into a double play again, or you're smacking a line drive and it ends up in a glove again, or you're sitting there, you're making another error and it's again and again and again and again. And eventually that's going to wear on you mentally. I think the solution to this Red Sox defense is simply just confidence. Get through games, 1 game at a time. Errorless, get through games with a good approach to the plate, hit 1 ball really well, do what you need to do, and eventually that confidence will come back, and naturally this team will get better defensively, and that's just simply the solution here, right? On top of that, on top of all of this, you have some pretty intriguing reinforcements coming up, right? Roman Anthony, that's a guy who isn't lighting the world on fire, maybe baseline statistically in AAA right now, but every other metric, by every other means, he is looking like the prospect that we know and love, and he is not very far away from Major League Baseball. That's a spark. That's a plug. Honestly, if it was my choice, he'd be up here tomorrow. Put him in center field. Put Duran in center field. Put Ceddanne Rafael on the bench for a little bit. Change up this lineup, do something. He's not too far away. Marcelo Mayer, he's struggling heavily in AAA right now, but that talent is there, and he will eventually figure it out, and he will eventually join this Red Sox team. Look, at the end of the day, this sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there's a lot of good coming out of these games right now, because there isn't, right? It's miserable, poor baseball, but I also don't think it's time to give up on this Red Sox team yet. You have 136 games to go. 2? I don't know. You've got 130 something games left. The Red Sox are 2 games out of first place in this division. They are too talented. They are too skilled. They are too good to be this bad forever. This is not who this Red Sox team is. You have reinforcements coming. You have guys in this lineup who are going to be better, and it is going to look like a better baseball team. I'm sick and tired of sitting here feeling like the world is falling. I'm sick and tired of sitting here trying to come up with legitimate reasons to talk about the Red Sox every single day. So in my mind, I hope it gets better. Obviously, I'm panicking about this Red Sox team, but I'm also not done believing, and I don't think you guys should be either. It's just my opinion, though. So let me know in the comment section down below, where are you guys at? Does this change your mind at all? Is there any of you sitting there that are totally out on this Red Sox team saying, you know what, you're right. It's April 15th. We've got plenty of time. I'm not done rooting for this Red Sox team. Are you sitting there saying none of this matters? The Red Sox still suck and they're going to continue to suck? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. It just helps these videos out a ton, and it's the best way to let me know you're enjoying the content. If you want to listen instead of watch these episodes, all you got to do is head over to your favorite podcasting app and look up Red Sea Radio. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you, hopefully with better days to come. And as always, regardless, in the red seats.